I'm close enough. There you go, right there.
GG's, Dundadas, Hyenas, Scuba Dogs who learned from Scuba Steve was criminated, y'all. I Rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his Milliman March right here on YouTube. We conducting ourselves the most highest Dundada. We're building our permits, 2026 permits right here on YouTube. We're doing our Milliman March.
Right.
We're in the elevator. Who's elevator? God's elevator our way to the top, Dundada. Life got meaning, so act like it. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. You got best kept secret, Dundada. You heard? Right now, Dundada, we have, please introduce yourself.
Keonnie Raheem.
Keonnie, right now we got Keonnie Raheem, right? We got Keonnie Raheem. We have co-host right here, Mr. Knowledge Kev Dada. He's gonna help us with this segment, Dada. And as for this segment, Dada, Keonnie Raheem, he was once known as a New York. In New York, Dada, for his involvement on 11 to 6 homicides or whatever case may be, Dada, but he informed on 17, Dada. Offers was struck. Look into it. He's from Forest Projects, Dada, the South Bronx of Forest Project, Dada. Raheem was Fat Joe is associated with them same projects as well, Dada. You know what I'm saying? Raheem came up with a world of violence. But today, however, Raheem has undergone a remarkable transformation. He now works with a nonprofit organization called King of King and Taco, dedicated to helping individuals turn their circumstances around, embracing a new path. Raheem has become a self-declared prophet of the God, using his past as a testament to the power of redemption and change. Dada, you heard? And that's what we on right here. So, please, Raheem, Dada, please tell us where do we start from, Dada? Where do you start? Where was you born? You know what I'm saying? Where was you born, Dada? What hospital was you born at?
Hospital on Mashula Park.
You want to come up a little? Come a little closer so we can hear you a little better?
Montefiore Hospital in the Bronx, in Mashula Parkway.
Yeah, you're a little low. What your phone standing on something?
Yeah, hold up, I gotta put my
head. There you go. You're better now. Right at this moment, you're better.
Oh, you hear me? Thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you. I bet. So, what hospital you was born at?
I was born in Montefiore Hospital over there in Mashula Parkway in the Bronx.
All right. Boom. So you was born and raised in the Bronx your whole life?
Yeah.
What and what year was this? Around what year was you born? You ain't gotta tell us just exact year. You could just, you know what I'm saying? You could tell us a year that.
1974 when I was born.
You was born in 74? So you're a 70s baby.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right. So boom. Let us know let us know what type of household was you raised in. Siblings, did your mom work? Did your dad work? What type of situation was you in,
Oh,
growing up in?
So, I mean, I'm a bastard child.
You're a bastard?
A bastard child.
Which means
I was born out of wedlock.
You was born out of wedlock, all right? And what that means?
That means that my father was a married man with a family, and he met with my mother, and they had a kid, which is me, and that's out of wedlock.
All right. So you always felt like your dad. Did your dad come see you? Was you your dad's son?
Yeah, I was my dad's son, but he'll pop in and out. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So did you know your siblings that he already had? That when he was married, he had siblings. He had kids.
That's whole nother chapter because everything was a secret. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't the only kid out of wedlock that he had. You feel me? My mother's originally from Harlem. So she frequented Harlem, you dig what I'm saying? And that's where he used to be at. And that's what she met him at. But she wasn't the only Harlem night that he was engaging with.
All right. So you was, I bet. So which kid was you? Was you he was married. Was your mom your mom was the second one that he had kids with? Or it was just the second person? Or you don't know?
Yeah, be honest with you, I don't know the details of all that. You know what I'm saying? Because
all right.
But back then when women, no longer have real contact with, the father or the biological father, it's not something that they dwell on. You understand what I'm saying? They don't dwell on that. They're taking on the role of being the mother and the father.
I understand exactly what you say. I got 8 brothers and sisters, right? So my father, he was a kingpin, whatever the case may be, So boom, we was his kids that was at home with him living, but he had kids in the streets, that we never met. So
You,
I understand what you're saying. And
you
they
got,
couldn't really come to the house
you got
because they street kids.
the
Yeah,
opposite
yeah, yeah.
of me. Your father, I'm the other end of your half
Of
sibling.
my brothers and sisters. But we
Yeah,
close now. We talk to each other now.
that's how it is with one of my brothers. That's how we met, like that.
Yeah, all right. All right, so boom. So I bet. So this is I bet. So what school you went to, Dada? Let us know how, you know what I'm saying? So you started going to school in Harlem? Your mom's from Harlem, or you always lived in the Bronx?
I always was raised in the Bronx. I was in the era when the landlords was burning their buildings down for insurance.
So you ever seen Fat Joe in your neighborhood or something?
Have I ever what?
Have you ever seen Fat Joe in your neighborhood? Have you ever seen him around? And he from over there?
That's kind of like a laughing comment right there. Like it's
Oh,
laughing.
you never seen that man in the hood?
No,
Oh, he's not from the hood?
grew up together.
You grew up together?
Grew up together.
You grew up with Fat Joe?
Grew up together.
Oh, this is about to get spicy, Dada. Oh yeah, there, Dada. I bet. So boom. So boom. At what age do you? I bet. So what elementary school you go to? How does this work, Dada? So your mom's alone, Dada. Do you ever get a step pops in your life? Do your mom got boyfriends frequently coming through, Dada? What type of person was your mom? If I may ask.
Oh, you can. And that time, my mom was at she ran whatever the case may be, and at that time, she went at a turn of life. But in the beginning stage, when I was born, my mother had post-traumatic stress, PSD. You know what I'm saying? So, when women have them type of situations, they not as affectionate to their kids.
Yeah.
So, she was blessed to have somebody to be able to assist her and being able to give me that nourishment of attention at my most vulnerable stage of my life.
And who was that?
Some lady that she said she knew that it was our neighbor or something, right?
Yeah.
And after that, she went on vacation and she nearly lost her life. And when she came back, she gave herself over to Jehovah. She became a Jehovah Witness.
Yes.
So 1977, all the way on before I got locked up in 1992, she been committed and she committed herself to, being a Jehovah Witness, which, educated me and gave me spiritual maturity. Even though I wasn't receptive to it, she still installed it in me. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
you living with her, or you went next door a lot?
Nah, I'm saying when I described earlier is when I was just born.
Yeah.
He gave it to the neighbor to be able to hold till she was able to get herself together.
So your mom gave you up to your neighbor real quick for a little bit, until she could get herself together. What was she going through?
Post-traumatic stress. Women have that. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
level of detachment to the kid. It's not because they bad people or anything of that nature. It's the emotional deflect that people suffer from. Some type of level of mental illness. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, so it was a type of level of mental illness. It wasn't no drugs. It wasn't no alcohol. It wasn't none of that. All right.
Now we talking about the 70s. My mother was born in 1954. You know what I mean? You got to think about the era where she come up. She come up with the Nicky Barnes, all of these points. Frank Lucas, Frank. So I can't denounce that, but my mother being a Christian woman and Jehovah's Witness woman, she's not going to glorify that perspective of her life.
Yeah. All right, but she probably been through it. In your eyes, she probably was going through it.
She been through it.
Yeah, so that will make you more rational anyway, using substances and shit like that too, you know what I'm saying?
It enhances the mental health.
Yeah.
They neglect time because that looked at shunned upon. You feel me?
Yeah, especially the withdrawal, whatever the case may be, it makes you weak. That's the cause for it, to make you weak. I bet. So you grew up with a neighbor, So tell us, how do you start going to school? Does she start bringing you to school, or your mom already get her stuff together before you start elementary?
Yeah. By that time, I was already like, that's when like I conveyed to you, back then, the landlord was burning people out, you know what I mean, they buildings. We lived in tenement buildings back then on Bryan Avenue. I lived on Bryan Avenue and we got burnt out and we lived in a shelter for a while. But I was a kid though. I was little. You feel me?
Yeah. So you jumping from shelter to shelter here and there, but that still makes you a person. That still gives you character. That still makes you. What did you see in the shelter while you was growing up?
Young.
You don't remember?
I was too young. I was born in 74. You dig what I'm saying? And then next you know we get burnt out. You know what I mean? Like 75. You dig what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
feel me? And my first, and then we made it to Forest Projects in what I said I was born 74, 76.
So you was 2 years old when you made it to Forest Project.
Yes. So I can only remember from 2 years old from Forest Projects on to my life. I can only talk about aspect of really being an impactful comment question that you asked me.
I understand everything you're saying. All right, bet. So let's get to it, Dada. So boom, what while you growing up in Forest Project, you're 2 years old, Dada. What's your first friends you meet? Dada, who's your first friends you meet? Like your first best friends, or you know what I'm saying? How does this go?
Oh, now you know that was my last birthday.
And what elementary school you start going to? Like, you know what I'm saying, elementary and middle.
So let me convey this to you. My last birthday before my mother turned herself over to being a Jehovah's Witness in 1977. And if you familiar with Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't celebrate traditional holidays.
So you're 4 years old at this time?
2.
You're 2?
The last birthday.
At 77?
Yeah, I was when I was 7 when that's 76. It's the last I had, right?
All right.
8/20. My mother got baptized in 1977, became a Jehovah's Witness. So 1977, when I turned 3 years old, the big birthday party I had when I was 2, no more. When I turned 3, no more. When I turned 4, no more. You understand what I'm saying?
So you didn't have no more birthday parties, you're saying?
No more birthday parties. No more
Christmas.
More Christmas. No any traditional mainstream pagan holiday. I did not participate in the household with my mother.
Yeah. And you was growing up, so where did you go find this closure at? You seen other people celebrating it? How did that make you feel?
Yeah, when you start going to school, that's when you get exposed to more of what is the normalization of the holidays. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
I hear that, Dada.
Like talking to you right now, right? You kind of like made my mind just think about something, and I overlooked it. So basically, I was isolated in a world, in a bubble, right? And my mom's coming with this traditional religion because the Jehovah's Witness organization is a structural organization. You all different ethnic groups in this religion.
I understand exactly what you're saying, but while you going through that, you're not the only person going through that. There's people that I know, all my friends that I know, moms that just pay rent. You better be happy I pay rent. You got your roof over your head. You got clothes and you got food every month. We ain't celebrating none of this. She got 5 kids, ain't no celebration, but she keeps them good. She keep them, you know what I'm saying, food on the table.
Right there, when you break that down, right? That's even better because that's a parent that's consciously aware without using, you dig what I'm saying, a religious perspective to have a clear understanding of the true meaning of what the religions really mean. You feel me? Because for real, all the motherfucking holidays that we talking about is really only putting our people in a traditional debt.
Yeah.
Socially accepted and it's placed upon us as kids, indoctrinated in our mind that if you don't participate in it, some type of late. You know what I mean? You're not.
Hear you.
Feel me?
I hear you. So boom. So you go. So you don't get Christmas. You don't get birthday presents. You don't get happy birthdays. So you start going to school. Who is your friend? Like who you start gravitating to? What friends you start gravitating to? Who you start talking to at this time now? Like, do you have friends? Are you antisocial? Are you to yourself?
I was always a friendly type kid, and my friendness that I told you, my mom's. I was the youngest. Under her regime, I was the youngest. So due to me just explaining to you about, you know what I mean, what she went through post-traumatic stress, once she got past it, she went all out to motherfucker compensate for her going through that. Like, I never really knew the depthness of how much it affected her. You feel me?
Yeah. So you say that that being in debt or not being able to provide was fucking up her mental, and like that was messing up her mental that situation to.
No, my mother, she always found the way to provide for us. She never
Yeah.
said about somebody else's parent. She's the ideology, religion.
Facts. I bet. So boom. When do you jump off the porch? Let us know when does it happen that you start doing like, let's say ding dot ditch. Know what I'm saying? Grabbing $1 with your friend, seeing your friend that's stealing from a store, from the corner store, kick like a little Debbie cake, like when does this start occurring, or does it occur?
Yeah, it did occur because, like I say, she was giving me Bible principles to stand by. And these Bible principles that she gave me while I was being sheltered in that, when I came out there to socialize and go to school, you know what I mean? Like, kindergarten was a good vibe. I ain't had to worry about bullying kindergarten. You know what I mean? It ain't
Yeah.
kindergarten. When you get to public school and you go to the first grade, you in the first grade, and you know you got from the first grade to the sixth grade. So you got sixth graders, you niggas said that might, you know what I mean, bully, you know what I mean, the first graders. Or, you know what I mean, it goes down, it trickles down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I got caught up. I got caught up in, I was so nice, and my mom's gave me so much, you know what I mean? That I was so naive to the world and how it conducted itself, and I was being so naive, I was being taken advantage of, will open the doors for me to be bullied.
All right. So when was the first step of you noticed that you're being bullied? How did you notice you was being bullied, Dada?
Physically let me know. This dude, God bless.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So niggas started putting hands on you.
Yeah, this dude, he was, like I said, I was in the first grade, and this dude
Yeah.
died, right? Named Allen. He was from McKinley's, and he got stabbed, but he looked like a grown man when we was kids. So my fear is not, it's just looking at this nigga and saying, God, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? So,
Facts. So boom. So during that time while you getting bullied, what is your thoughts of defense? Where is you going to? Are you thinking violently, or you thinking like, I need help? I need somebody to come over here and help me. I need to go call somebody. You gonna go to the block, get somebody? How does this? What's your thoughts? What type of person are you?
my siblings under my mother are 10 and 9 years older than me. I got an older brother that's 10 years older than me, and I got an older sister that's 9 years older than me. You dig?
Yeah.
And so they transition of what they was going through in life, you dig what I'm saying, didn't hold me in that realms at the time when I was being bullied. So I wasn't fortunate to have somebody to turn to be able to assist me when I was going through that transition. You know, I used to be like I said, I was a little goofy kid. I would look at my mom and be like, I'm being bullied, and she'd give me some tiger vitamins. You know what I mean? I used to look at tigers and know that they roam the, you know, they the king of the jungle. So if I eat this vitamin, it empowers to overlap that situation with this bully dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you thinking that your imagination's running wild, that you taking vitamins, you thinking you're getting stronger, that you're about to face your bully, that in reality, what happens when you go face your bullies again, that
Crush me.
same results. I bet that. So boom. So now like, how do you get to the point that you're gonna be cool now? Like, how does the bullying stop? When does that stop?
Like my mother said, because I got this little, I'm working on a documentary right now with me and my mother. Because I'm at an age in my life where a lot of my peers, they lost it. So, coming home after 31 years of prison, you know what I'm saying? And hearing how fortunate I am that my mother's still living, it only enhances it when I'm around other comrades that no longer had a mother there, you know?
Yeah.
So, like with her, when I was getting bullied, she used to come to school, this, that, and it was just like when I was talking to her one day, and she was like, "Yeah, I used to come to school and this, that, and And then, you know, it just clicked in his head one day that he got to do something about this. And that's what happened. One day, you know what I mean? Me and Booth, got it in. You know,
You and the dude that was bullying you got it in?
got it in. So I used to go to this community center, and when you used to go to this community center, it was downstairs from our projects. So I'll go there and I have counselors. And there was this Puerto Rican dude. His name was Izzy. And Izzy used to teach me how to fight. He'd teach me how to box. Then I had this other counselor named Muscle. Muscle would teach me how to wrestle. Then I had this other karate dude that used to be in our neighborhood, a 5% dude back in the days, and he'd teach us self-defense on karate shit. You feel me? So I'll be little and shit. I always had like a retarded strength with me, but I just ain't know how to utilize the skills. That's when I started falling in love with watching wrestling and shit. You know what I mean? Start seeing Ivan Putski. You get to see Andre the Giant. You know what I mean? All that type shit. So I used to get my moves from them. You know, you know what I mean? Fuck it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try a little boxing,
Yeah,
a little wrestling, with a little karate, some UFC shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And it started to work and shit.
Yeah, I mean, eventually it worked, and I was like, oh shit, because I used to be in my crib and I used to see my older brother. All he used to do was push-ups. So I used to always see how you had to always, like, years later, I learned in the art of war. It said you prepare for war at a time for peace.
Yeah. So how do you do you keep with the shenanigans, like being bullied, trying to fight your bullies, or do you stop that and get to the money? When do you start like growing a little bit? Or before that, what is like the first real crime that changed you? That be like, oh, I bet I gotta be a little bit more aggressive. This is the way it's gonna be.
I, I, I mean, yeah. Now you got me thinking because you gotta remember that I did 31 years, but I wasn't. Even though I'm from New York and I'm from the Bronx, I didn't get locked up in New York. I ain't do my time in New York State.
Yeah,
I ain't do my time in the feds.
yeah.
State of Maryland.
Why?
Well, I did because I committed a couple of homicides in the state of Maryland. So if you
In
commit,
Maryland, so you went to Maryland. I bet we're not gonna jump in right to that. All right, let's get to the first one. Boom. So, what was the first time that you ever get to seeing some a body or something like that? What was the first time you ever seen that that type of environment, or seen a body, or did you even go on the mission to see this the
oh no,
first time?
first homicide I ever seen in my neighborhood. Back in this era when I grew up. I tell you, I grew up in the '70s, but
Yeah, and this is the 70s.
then the '80s came in, and then that's when the 5% era came in because
All
you know
right.
you'll hear my projects is considered Guardsville, right? So all the 5%ers used to meet up in our projects. You know what I'm saying? So
Which is the Black Panthers?
nah, I say the 5%ers.
Nah, he's saying 5% is God body dudes, man.
All
He
right.
ain't talking about no the Black
Yeah,
Panthers.
Black Panthers. You all the way in the '70s, like you know what I mean. This is deriving from all that. The 5% is really derived from FOI, Nation of Islam. If you really want to be
Right.
All right.
He
All right.
he
All
he
right.
really grew up in the 80s because we 70s babies. I was born in 75.
oh
So
yeah,
we really grew up in the 80s.
you
Like in the 70s, we was little dudes. When we got like 9, 10 years old, when you start knowing shit is
can
in the 80s. That's when when you start to hit society and I mean, back then, crimes was small, like we was going to Spofford and shit like that. You know what I'm
go to
saying? But we was committing crimes.
that.
So I also did a bunch of time myself, man, in the federal system. So uh it started off as a young kid for me. You know what I'm saying? And then I grew into major crimes like going to Midtown, digging pockets and shit like that. Then it grew and then it's robberies in the hood and then it went to going to start copping work. You get to know the connects, and next thing you know, that was my first big lick. These dudes got lackadaisical with us, and we booked them. The connect niggas. Man. From
Yeah,
there, it just went.
we got the similar story the same way. You dig what I'm saying? It's just you know what I mean. The exposure for me, to keep it honest, I got left back in the first grade.
hmm
When I got left back in the first grade, I got left back with 3 other dudes in the first grade also. So, of course, if I get left back in the first grade with these 3 other dudes, we're gonna be 3 best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because we the only dudes in school that ever get left back in the first grade. So we gotta stay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's when the bagel cost a quarter
Yeah.
type shit.
So
If you went to school with $1 and you got 100 pieces of candy, you the man in class.
All right, so this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say, Keonnie. What I'm trying to say is that boom. What is the first time that you would that was like, I bet, like you started committing and living a life of like I'm in the streets. I'm a street nigga. Like like me. At first I used to go. And I used to go to 7-Eleven, but I knew everybody at the 7-Eleven, right? Like the lady, she knew me, so she knew me and my boy, that we was just some regular niggas, whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, we had a mind. So she used to turn the blind side, we used to take all the candy bars, put it in our thing, and that's when it starts, we used to bag up all the candy bars, act like we was going cross country, shovel snow, and act like we selling a candy bar, sell the candy bar for like $20, got everything for free, started coming up with the bag and shit like that. But while this is all going on, right? We living in a neighborhood, so it's 13. So we're like 13 at the time, we get into a fight with some other people that's 13 too, they happen to have a gun, right? One of my boys chased him to the back, when he chased him to the back, a little other dude, but he was Asian, shoot. When he shoot him in the face, boom. So that's the like, oh shit, that's the first time niggas like, I bet you could actually, you know what I'm saying? You actually, and that's what put people on like on a different type of mindset. When did that happen towards you?
no, listen, what you just described, my name is Keonnie Raheem, right?
Yeah.
Birth name is not Keonnie Raheem. My birth name is Keonnie, but my last name wasn't Raheem. Raheem is my man that went out in Baltimore with me, jumped in front of a bullet, and got killed. I leaked
Okay.
his last name into his name in memory of him. So
All
I
right.
understand the dynamics of the story that you just told. You feel
Yeah,
me?
fact. I bet. So, boom. So you're right now, we're 10 years old, we're turning 11, whatever the case may be. You start hanging with your friends, your 3 friends that got left back with you. What start happening, then?
Nah, because they was just my school friends. Then I had the community center. The community center was the gateway to me knowing about the streets because the community center is where everybody with all type of
So
backgrounds.
who's the first dude that brought you that you was hanging with, that you started seeing pistols, you started seeing a different environment, not
That's in my building. My building, I had a real like high figure one dude. He's known for a Harlem dude, but he's really a Bronx dude. You know what I mean? His name is Pep. You know what I mean? He got locked up first, and he got 25 to life. He was a fly dude. Used to buy all the kids in the building. He bought all of his pro kids. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Then
yeah,
after he fell, it was the other dude that died. My man, God bless his dead, named Gucci Terrence. Gucci Terrence was getting money in Harlem, and he wound up having a shootout and shot a mailman, and he wound up going up there and doing 25 to life. So he was taking out my life, but he was a big influence. And then
yeah.
the in my building was another big time
All right,
dude.
wait. So you heard these stories, or you seen this actually happening, or you just knew them and you know why they got locked up, so they give you influence. Like, oh shit.
Or they got you understand what I'm saying? They were major to me because that was the first introduction of real drug dealers. You know what I mean? Being able to get back to your community. You know what I mean? You gotta remember back when we was up, you know what I mean, when you had dudes that was selling drugs or dudes doing what they was doing, they'll do shit or they'll give kids money. They'll give back to the community. They might be selling poison to the people, but at the same token, they're giving back to their people. So that's the era that I came up under. You
Yeah,
understand? So the dude that I just mentioned was that touched me and they was living their life, but they still time for somebody like me that leave to the life.
yeah. So they gave you a little bit influence. You're saying?
Yeah, they gave me a big, you dig what I'm saying? A big
Yeah.
influence.
All right, bet. So boom. So I Tell us the most, like, all right, so you start, so you seen them people growing up, Dada. So let us know about the, because I kind of seen the other video too. So you at 12 years old now, Dada, and you seen somebody knock on somebody's door and they was about to hit a lick. Let us know what was happening before that. Like, what was the plan before that, Dada? Like, let us know how you even knew these people, Dada, to set up the lick, and why was y'all trying to lick this person, Dada, that y'all was going to lick when you was 12?
Nah, I ain't say no 12. I said I witnessed a 5% dude, and I was about to finish telling you the story about the first homicide that I got to see that altered my life. That was the question that you gave me.
Yeah, facts.
Trying to stay on that deliverance and not digress.
Yeah, facts.
So the
Facts.
first thing that altered me, like I said in my neighborhood, and I was saying about the 5%ers. So the first homicide I seen, which really deterred me with even wanting to be a 5%er, you know what I mean, due to my best friend, like I say, Raheem, that's not his birth name, but he was a 5%er, so that was his name.
You knew him at this time? You was with him at this time?
Now we all from the same neighborhood. We was like,
All right, and he went with you to Maryland. He died in Maryland, but we're gonna stay right here, Dada. All right, let's stay right at this what you saying, Dada. Go ahead. So
we kids. It's the summertime, so back then you had 5%ers. Like say when they'll actually do, what's today's mathematics, God? Peace, God. What's today's mathematics? If a motherfucker is acting like he a 5% and he don't know the mathematics, it's a high possibility niggas gonna put hands on that nigga. Feel me?
yeah,
Nigga going out back then, we had mad Chinese restaurants. Niggas used to be caught up on pork fried rice. Motherfuckers that come through, they see niggas eating pork fried rice, they slapping the shit out of niggas' hands. Shit like that. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
So dudes started wanting to be 5%ers, but it was the knowledge that was intriguing. Also the fear factor that was bringing with what you had to have, the knowledge to have. That was also intriguing because they bullied niggas and most niggas to be 5%ers. You follow what I'm saying?
yeah,
All right. So one dude, his name was Raheem. I think his name was Raheem too. One day he was under this other dude that was a 5%er, and he used to like verbally abuse the nigga.
yeah,
Take the knowledge that he had, but he always verbally abused son in the nigga. So this particular day is over there by 160. Yeah, it's 167th. The grocery store right there. We got 23 Park. Man coming out there with his kid. His kid was like 2 years old. The nigga ran up on the nigga and just shot that nigga right there in front of his kid. In the summertime. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have
yeah.
a running in the big spot of the park.
So you said that he shot somebody's kid?
No, he shot the dude that he was under in front of his kid.
Oh, I bet. So he shot him in front of his kid. I bet.
Which was traumatizing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the joint like, damn, but then when you hear the story about, you know, how this dude was verbally abusing the dude, sonning the dude, you know what I mean, all these type of things, he pushed them to a breaking point, if you understand what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
But we don't know that dynamics as a kid. We just see that. Follow me?
I hear you.
So that right there kind of like, that, God damn, just like, because when I grew up in our neighborhood, people that grew up, it was like leap year for a nigga to kill another nigga in the projects.
It was prohibited. It was prohibited to kill someone in the project, you're saying?
It was like leap year. Like, you know what I mean? We were so connected, community connected. That wasn't the first thought that come through a nigga mind to kill a nigga that his mother know your mother, or y'all grew up
Yeah.
and have a fallout. It results to you killing this person. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Facts.
Not saying that homicides ain't happened, but it didn't happen within our own community amongst us.
It's just a cruddy way of going, Dada. Seeing that a friend killing a friend, Dada. You're like, damn, I bet. It's like some juice shit, Dada. Real shit. Like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Now, this shit's like some juice shit. You can't trust shit. You can't trust him. You can't trust the motherfucking soul. Niggas will do you dirty while niggas is committing homicides. Niggas is coming out, Dada. So a lot of shit is actually happening. I understand everything you're saying. You had a good point, Dada. So now you start to see shit for what it really is.
Yeah.
And why did homie get killed for?
I know he abused authority with the 5% lessons that kids pupil. You feel me? He pushed them. He pushed them to a break. Same way we to the point where I had eventually had to learn back.
Yeah.
These are triggering situations in everybody's life. Everybody's immune to it. They may not want to talk about it, but everybody on some type of level, if they a beast, became a beast, they didn't come out their mother womb.
I bet. I feel it, GG. I feel it. I feel it. So that's one of the situations that you feel that what's that shit called? The data. It changed your perspective on shit. The data.
It strengthened my down able to like say run through what I
You're kind of breaking up. You're kind of breaking up, Keonnie.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I
Perfect.
said we grew up with a crew and we named ourselves 25 to life.
Can't hear him.
He said he grew up with a crew and he named himself 25 to life. Oh, he's about to blow his Bluetooth, I think. What's up?
You can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you perfect now. Go ahead. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Now we got you.
All right, so when you asked me about do I know Fat Joe, the reason why we know each other so well, we so acquainted with each other is because I just mentioned my last name and the purpose of my last name,
Yeah.
Raheem. Raheem lived it over top, I mean underneath Fat Joe.
He lived underneath Fat Joe, and that's how you met him from. That's how you met Fat Joe through Raheem.
No, we all grew up in the same projects. You know, each building got their own building, but each
Yeah.
building has their own community in their building.
Yeah. Exactly. So you
So
used to go. So you had a friend called Raheem, and you used to go chill with Raheem, and Fat Joe lived right underneath Raheem.
yeah, all TS hang out in front of 1000. That was their building. That was their sanctuary where they hung out at.
How was Fat Joe growing up? He was the same person that he is today. He was really on that timing.
I mean, yeah, because you know what I mean. That's be real. I'm talking about we grew up in an era where you know what I mean. It was Puerto Ricans and blacks, and sometimes we'll go at odds with each other. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's considered a gangster introduction, to be honest with you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we had these type of frictions amongst 25 to life and TS. You understand what I'm saying? Coming up, and you gotta be mindful. Joe is 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
So Joe is really, you know what I mean, in the realms of my big homie, which my big homie would be Showbiz, Lord Finesse,
Yeah.
Diamond D. You understand? Digging in the crates. Them all that's who I come under. You feel me?
Yeah. So while y'all was growing up, sometimes you and Fat Joe's crew would have tension.
Yeah.
Y'all had little drama, fights, and shit like that.
Yeah, because we was little dudes trying to come up and, you know what I mean, we wanted to be respected. We wanted to see TS was ahead because them niggas was getting that money. You feel me? They was hitting the
Yeah.
streets, you know what I mean? They was getting that money. You know what I mean? Back then, the Spanish dudes in our neighborhood, they was ahead of black dudes because black dudes were selling crack, but back then they was selling uh heroin. Heroin money was like out of town money in New York back then. You feel me?
Yeah. So you seen Big Pun around and shit?
Now I was locked up before Big Punk. Yeah, you gotta remember I got locked up 1992.
All right. All right, so you knew Fat Joe when he was a kid and shit like that. I bet. So boom. So you see your boy body somebody, which was his friend, the daughter. I bet. So, what makes you the daughter get into picking up a gun? Is it beef? Is it beef? Are you beefing with someone? Like, what makes
Yeah,
you pick
yeah,
up? Is it
yeah.
self defense? What made you first pick up your first gun, the daughter, and shoot your first pistol?
The reason, the first thing that made me really, you know what I mean, start,
How old
because
was you? How old was you?
I was in the 12, 13 era right there. I was like 13 because that's when I walked in junior high school. I think junior high school is what really introduced me to
What
the
kind of
the, the
pistol was it? Where you get it from?
it was a shotgun, a one
What the
shot
fuck?
shotgun. With a hairline fracture. You know what I'm talking about, hairline, right? Like
What? Sawed
soon as
off?
you yeah, as soon as you touch that motherfucker, I mean, if you breathe on the trigger, it go off.
Yeah.
One
You
of them
shot a
joints.
shotgun, Dada. Your first, you shot a shotgun at 12, 13.
Yeah, I almost shot my leg off fucking with that shit, man. I ain't, you know what I mean? Just that shit was crazy. One shot. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because it was there.
I'm saying, why did you go approach somebody with a shotgun? What was the situation
Oh,
about?
that's when we used to have little beefs with a neighborhood. Cause I'm from Forest. We used to beef with this other neighborhood called Davidson back then. They all for like Prospect Avenue. They used to be our rivals. So we used to beef with Davidson. Then we might get in confrontations with, you know what I mean, other neighborhoods. We might go to Jackson. You know what I mean? Then after we might go to Jackson. Then we might go to Rogers Place, Kelly. Then we
Yeah.
might go to, then you got Skate Key back then. So everybody from Skate Key. Then you might run into Castle Hill niggas. Then you might Rosedale niggas. You dig what I'm
So
saying?
so you hanging with older people at this time. You're the
Nah,
youngest person.
I'm
Are you the
hanging with my
youngest person
peers.
in your crew?
Now I'm hanging with my peers, but
Yeah.
when I come back with my peers is playing with the streets. But the older dudes, they used to put me in the little situations, you feel me? And I used to do things and make them real interested in me. So that's what they'll say, come on, man, we're gonna have you as the live wire. You know, everybody want a live wire with them. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that basically that's what it was. I used to get niggas to give me clothes, niggas to give me shit just for being a live wire. You feel me?
I bet the data. So boom. So boom. You pick up a shotgun. You shoot it. The data. That was just for fun. The data. When does it get serious?
Or when it start getting serious, when you know what I mean, when I transition, when I get to high school and I start, you know what I mean, being introduced to the drug game, like the brother just said, and you know what I mean, and next thing I know, I'm starting going out of town. I'm
I
start
bet.
going.
So you get to high school. You get to high school. The data. What's the first? What was your first drug transaction you're getting? The data. Like what makes you in the drug game? What's your first introduction to a drug game? The data. Like
I ain't just jump in the drug game. I came in like how bro just broke it down. I came on the strong arming tip, man. I wasn't really into the niggas. You know what I mean? I just like to be in fly. To be honest with you, I was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I was cool.
yeah.
As long as I'm fresh and I got a little bit of money in my pocket, I'm cool with that. All the big
So
shit,
so so
I
so
wasn't
so
with it.
right. So before you get to high school, you're in high school now, and you're strong arming shit.
Yeah, before I got to high school, I was strong arm shit. I went to like two different junior high schools. The high school I went to, the junior high school I went to was in my neighborhood, 120. I got kicked out of that high school and I went to 131. And 131 was between Castle Hill, all Soundview, all that. That's how I ran into Pistol Pete, Beamo, all them niggas, the sex money murder niggas. That's how I ran into
Yeah.
them.
So you know the KAR dudes.
No, I'm not talking about that pistol. I'm talking about sex money murder Pistol Pete.
You talking
Oh,
about
you oh
sex,
the
money,
real
murder?
Pistol Pete. You're saying the one that so
Yeah.
you knew him.
I got
You knew
pictures with
him.
me and him. We used to go
Yo,
out of
y'all can
town
hear me?
together.
Yes, we
Yeah, I
can.
hear you.
Yeah, I was locked up with them dudes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some good. It's a few of them that's good, but it's a lot of them that's bad. But it's a
It's
few of them
always
that's
gonna be
good.
like that. You're always gonna have a rotten apple in a bunch, man. Ain't too many times you gonna have a whole bunch of apples, clean apples, man. It's sad. It's sad to say that. It's sad to say
Yeah, I
that,
was
man.
locked up with a bunch of them, the good ones.
Was
Yeah, the
Goody
good ones.
Smitty the data was popping to the
The
chat the
bad
data
ones I ain't
salute to
never
you.
seen.
Yeah, but if you seen the bad ones, you know the good ones was there. You know, just like you just said, what you would have did.
Oh yeah, they definitely would
Yeah,
have had to go.
yeah, exactly. Self-explanatory. That's why you ain't see him.
I bet Keonnie the data. So now you're in high school, Gigi, right? Now you in
Yeah.
high school. You saying that situation's getting a little bit heavy because of hustling, but you ain't say that you ain't name nothing about no hustling yet. The data.
Nah,
You
because
said
because you know
you say
why,
you're
like,
strong arm and shit, nigga. You ain't hustling, you're strong arm and shit. So what? So
yeah,
how shit is
but
deadly?
see, but this what I'm trying to convey to you, and I'm glad bro said that he was locked up with the dudes, the good dudes in there. You feel me? One thing I'm trying to convey to you is I was the first nigga in my cycle to get a life sentence, bro. I was the first nigga to go down. I was the first nigga to hit all us to the elevation of the game with them niggas getting money and doing shit like that.
So when
That's
you
what I'm
first,
trying.
so when you
I'm
first
trying.
got your first life sentence, you beat it.
No, I got life sentence. I got found good the first time, bro. I was out the game. At 18, I'm out the game, bro.
Yeah,
You got to remember, Pistol Pete, that I'm mentioning now, Sex Money Murder, BMO, them niggas got locked up
So
1995, brother.
so how do you
I
see
got
all
locked
these
up
bodies?
1992. I got locked up 1992. You get it?
Yeah, I understand what you say. So how do you see all these bodies? You when you got locked up the first time, you already had intel on all these bodies.
What you mean all these bodies? I want to make sure. I don't want to misconceive
Cause,
nobody. What are
cause,
you
cause,
talking?
cause, like, boom, right, boom. Like, I'm trying to get the story. Like, how did you get, boom? You saying that, boom, you actually intel on 17 bodies to get out of prison, right?
Nah, I never did no intel on no 17 bodies. Intel is somebody confessing to some murders. You dig what I'm saying? I never said I did none stuff like my court documents don't support that. My court documents that I was locked up with and I was convicted with, my multiple homicides I was convicted with, was under Omar Johnson. You got to look at the state of Maryland versus Omar Johnson. My
Yeah,
DOC number 235265. You dig what I'm saying? I got found guilty. I blew trial. I gave my time back because I went to post conviction. Post conviction in the feds and in the state of New York is considered, you know what I mean, habeas corpus. You know what I mean? I gave my time back because the state's attorney withheld evidence. You dig what I'm
so
saying? Yeah,
that
that
happened
so
then, though. That happened then.
now that helping to help me get out of prison. 'Cause I think you hopping, you know what I mean, a lot of things. I was only charged in the state of Maryland with 5 homicides. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And I only got convicted for 2 homicides. They
yeah.
dismissed the last 3. I don't know where you get these 17. I
So when
never
the
said no
Hold on.
17, bro.
Who
so
Never
when
told
said
him? Who
the
17.
told him?
facts. So
I
where did
never
Who he
said
told him?
17.
so where did
Who he told him?
so
let him,
where
let
does
him,
the
let him.
11
Y'all
bodies
gotta
coming
let
from?
him give
Where
get
does
his.
11 bodies come? Cause people
I
were saying
never said
11
11. I
bodies.
don't even go where you saying 11. Where you get 11? I never verbally said 11. I never said 12. I never said none of that shit, bro. Listen,
Yeah,
let me convey something to you. I don't need to amplify, you didn't saying a homicide on my books that can't be documented of who I am. I don't
facts,
do that, bro. I don't dance like that, man. I only
facts.
dance on for facts. Let me convey this to you. I'm a blue collar nigga from the block coming up my era. You hear when I say that? That means that I'm the nigga that ain't the flashy nigga. But the flashy niggas still respect this nigga, bro.
You told?
So
That's who I am.
so you never told, so
You
to clear
told?
it up, you never told on nobody.
Nah, come on, man. You committing blasphemy right now, bro.
Wow, they trying to say
How he get?
they
How
put
he
you
get
on the
out?
thing that you told.
You just
So you
gotta
never
let.
Who
Y'all gotta
no,
let. Yo, y'all gotta let him give you his
I
his his,
nah
his
nah nah
Hey
history,
nah
yo,
man.
nah
yeah,
nah
yeah,
hey
yeah,
nah
yo,
yeah.
nah nah.
No, I
Let
just
me
want to clear it up
hey
because
yo,
that's what's
Don
no
coming into
no
Don.
the
no.
chat.
Listen, we don't even gotta clear up the history. What you need to do is get what's that just case check, right? What's that joint? Where you could internet that shit?
Yeah, yeah,
You
the PC. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All
So
you
what
gotta
you
Yeah,
know
do
you
is
say
look up his
so where did
yeah.
the
his
body come?
numbers
So
and
it
all
was
that shit. It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you who
Look
he
that.
is.
Hold on. Cause I don't even want to say nothing no more. I need my joint to be verified. When you
Fact.
Google and you hit my joint up and you get a clear understanding of what your deliverance to the orders that you giving. But don't never put me in an equation with a rat because I don't even. Yo, I get rashes being next to rats, nigga.
Yeah, how much time? How much time? How much time you did?
I did 31 years, man.
And they
So
made you
it was
cop
two
out.
bodies. It was
How
six
many
They
bodies,
didn't
but
bodies?
you
make me
got charged
cop.
with
They didn't make me cop out to
he
nothing.
just said that he didn't cop
I
out to
blew
nothing.
trial, bro. I got
He blew
transcripts.
trial
I
in his
blew
case. So
trial.
y'all gotta
I
let
went.
him
I got locked up under
elaborate
an
on his
alias
story.
name,
Yeah,
Omar
but
Johnson.
I'm
You
asking
feel me?
I'm asking questions because I stepped out. So that's the reason why I'm asking you the questions. I stepped out. So
Now
I'm
I
trying to
wasn't addressing.
understand.
Yeah, I wasn't addressing
I
you,
stepped,
good brother. I was talking to the person, and now that you bringing yourself, and I know who I'm talking to, then my tone is not gonna be as like you already know what I'm saying. So I want to
now you
clear
good,
that
you
it's,
good.
also.
it's,
You could get you
yes,
could get animated. You could let it. You know what I'm saying you could speak how you want to speak. But yeah,
Nah, man. Listen.
so you got knocked off for the 6 bodies and you got charged with 2 and you blew trial on 2 of them.
Yes, 5. You
All
keep
right.
throwing extra ones on bodies, though. You be throwing extra
Nah, we
numbers,
had to
man.
clear it up, the data. It was allegedly 17. When I look up your name right now on YouTube, it says you got caught with 17 bodies and you told on 11 of them or something like that. You told on 6 bodies or whatever the
Hey,
case
I
may
would
be.
like to let me get my girl to look that up. Where that's at? You got Keonnie Raheem with that? I would like to really see that one. I gotta see that.
Yeah, man. Cause story don't make sense.
Yeah, it don't make sense. I'm trying to. I need to comprehend that one. Where do you get that information from? We gotta verify this, brother.
Hold on, I could bring it. I could pull it up. I could pull it up. I could pull it up.
Because I was on the dog in the yard, and all my information was on the dog in the yard. You dig what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was a couple of
they
months
condone
ago.
raps on their platform. They
No, I ain't
condone
talking
raps on their
about.
platform.
Listen. What I'm saying to you, good brother. You know what I mean? They do condone rats or whatever the case may be, but everybody that's on that platform is a rat.
Nah. Hell no.
All
Nah.
right then.
Nah.
So don't say that statement because that's not a statement for everybody. Just like I'm talking to you.
Nah.
I can't
Nah,
say,
you good. You
oh,
good with you. I can't tell your story. You only could tell your story. I'm just asking
now I don't want it.
questions, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate the questions. I just be wanting us to really go for the dialogue of common sense and facts that's before us because a lot of people, nobody's going to admit that they did some unhonorable shit, bro. Let's be honest,
They
bro.
said you had 17 bodies and 6 of them you told them.
Yeah. And what
What
name
you
I
Nah,
was
nah,
locked
nah,
up under?
nah,
And what
nah. He's
name I
telling
was.
his own story. He's telling his own story. That he's telling his own story.
No, I
GK, he's
want to.
telling
No,
his.
I need to. I need because it's consistency in what y'all saying to me, and I need to see this. Can y'all verify where you reading this at?
Then daughter, you gotta show them it, man. Pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, I need to see this, man.
But I'm
Yeah, that's the
jacking you. You
story.
ain't
I'm
tell.
I'm gonna say this,
Don't get
man. The story I
if you ain't
got
tell, I'm jacking you.
from hold on, the story I got from I'm one of the
I ain't
guys
trying to pull up other people's channels and shit.
who I'm one of
Nah,
the
you got
guys
to,
who
man.
elaborate on these people that's be ratting and shit through
Yeah,
paperwork type shit. So I'm here because I heard the story of the 17 bodies and the telling on these people and I got it from the host. So I'm saying if the paperwork is what I need to see, I don't need to see nothing else or hear no stories
exactly,
and none of that shit.
exactly.
I'm not
Let
that
me.
guy. I don't
Yeah,
just say
yeah.
somebody
That's
told on
crazy.
somebody. I
Yeah,
mean, I done
They said you told on.
Nah, bro. You know how you killing it now? You killing it because we was talking yesterday. You ain't come at me like you coming at me now. Now you
right. You
Nah,
saying now? Oh
it's
no,
just
no,
that you.
oh. Let me finish talking, bro. Cause you
All
already.
right.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, and I just want to straighten it out
You-
that
Yo,
your
Dada, you don't
approach
want to deal with a murderer, boy.
your
You don't
whole
want to deal with
approach and your
murderer,
whole
boy.
style, not that's not it,
Well,
but your
proof is
whole
messed
approach and
up.
your whole style is not validated, bro. Cause I'm asking you as a man, you saying something, and I'm saying, yo, bro, that ain't true, bro.
can't do
Where you
that.
get that from, bro?
I,
And you telling me, you hold up, can I finish? You're telling
yeah.
me, oh, I can't pull up somebody else's page, but you can repeat a lie? You put me here
No, no, no.
to exploit?
Look at.
No. You put me here to exploit a lot. You're not asking me a
Yeah.
question
Nah,
on
nah,
the
nah, nah.
lot without.
I asked you
Listen,
a
you
question
supposed to
because we
put the
got into.
paperwork in the man's face, and the nigga supposed to look at
Nah,
that shit,
he
and
didn't.
then he supposed to say,
Listen.
"Yo, I
Correct.
didn't tell, or I
Yo,
did
hold up.
tell."
Hey, yo,
You
hold up.
just
Hey,
assuming.
Yo, bro. Look, you going a little in too deep. I understand your pain because I'll feel the same way if somebody implicated or insinuated I was a
Yeah,
rat.
I'm just asking.
But
I
it
just
was a
asked a question
question. It
because
was a question. It wasn't a
clear up shit.
statement. It was a question.
And you gotta understand that there's people that's coming into the chat right here, and they saying, "Oh, ask them about some dude named BJ, or ask them about this, or ask them," and I don't even know what the fuck that means.
Yo, you know why? The people that's asked you that is the people from Baltimore and know my connection because my name was OJ in Baltimore. And everybody that ran with me was BJ. And BJ is Pistol Pete. See, you just know what I mean. You trying to nullify shit that don't have no merit. You don't ask no real nigga no shit like I know this era is different, but I ain't that era,
Yeah,
bro. I ain't that
yeah,
era,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I'm not
All
that
right,
era, bro.
bet. So boom. So you start. So how did you make it to Maryland? How did you start going to Maryland or whatnot?
My big homie, the niggas from the west side called a family. They the first niggas that used to be out there in Baltimore and shit like
How old
that.
was you then? How old was you when you started first stepping to like foot in Baltimore?
Hey, I was 15, 16. Cause I only had a 2 year
All right,
run
you
out
was a
there before
young
I got
dude,
locked up.
Dada, stepping foot in Baltimore. How did the Baltimore people in Baltimore feel about this, Dada? Because you know the Baltimore don't like New York niggas coming with the Air Forces and everything. Dada be on the block and shit like that. You might get, you know what I'm saying? And that's a
That's
real
that
place. How,
Yeah, but that's why I went to prison because it was a war between New York dudes and Baltimore, just like the Wire. That's the era I got locked up in.
yeah. All right, I feel it,
Hey, I think
Dada.
we gotta. Hey, big homie, I think we gotta Google my name, man. You gotta Google that joint right now, bro. I know you could do
I
it, man.
bet. I Google your name. What you want me to look it up on them? The
It's
same
the
thing?
same name, bro.
I
It's no changing, bro. It's the same
got,
name, man.
I got you right now, bro. So boom. So you start messing with people from Maryland, Dada. Do you start messing with people from Maryland? How does this work, Dada?
Now I just told you my best friend got killed in Maryland, and then once he got killed, it changed the game, and then next thing you know, I got locked up for multiple homicides.
And you
If you
and you blew
Google it,
trial.
if you Google it, it's all up in there. It's called case search. If you case search, you dig what I'm saying, Omar Jones versus State of Maryland, 1992, it'll pop up. You know what I mean? Case number first start with 1923-003. You got to look these things up,
Oh,
man.
I got you right here, Dada. Right here, I think Dada. Bronx Keonnie was charged as a juvenile with multiple homicides in Baltimore and was sentenced to 2 life terms after 31 thing, Dada.
I don't hear,
I
I don't
got
hear
you,
nothing
Pop.
about it don't got nothing about me ratting. It don't got
Nah,
nothing
I
about
don't.
me doing no 12, 14, 13 homicides. Don't got nothing to do with what I just conveyed to you about me and Pistol Pete back in the days. It don't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with that. Cause I don't talk on that platform, but yesterday you kind of had me feeling we was on some spiritual joy. Now you coming with this right here, kind of like
Nah,
you
nah, nah,
kind of
nah,
like
nah, nah,
threw
nah.
me off,
Nah,
bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm thrown off on
it
that one,
all,
son.
Keonnie, Dada, it all gonna go out. It all gonna go into part, Dada. Because at the end of the day, Dada, what does the title says what it says, Dada. You heard that who you are, Dada, how you your transformation, Dada, your nonprofit group, Dada. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going, but your story is your story, Dada. I can't help but to read people, Dada's chat and just, you know what I'm saying, and give the chat. We're here for the chat. I'm doing your story, but at the end of the day, the chat, Dada, was giving out questions. We just ask the questions. I'm not in Baltimore. I'm not in the Bronx. I'm not over here. I don't know nothing, Dada. So for me to even ask a question and it to Dada to irk you or to me to even say your name,
No,
I don't
no,
know about
no,
none of
no, no.
this.
No,
You know
no,
what I'm
no,
saying?
no, no.
I don't know nothing. It's just the
Nah,
chat
look,
coming in.
what the good brother said right here, he said some real shit. He said, yo, you don't throw that shit out like that with certain niggas,
Mm-mm.
bro. So I understand
Yeah,
the culture that you, let me finish, please. I understand the culture that you in right now, but I just came out of a fucking time capsule, bro. And my time capsule where I came from, we don't indulge in that shit, bro. And when you look
yeah,
at my Instagram, I don't engage in that shit, bro. I don't promote that I was out here doing these things and that. I don't promote that stuff, bro. But what
facts.
I'm saying is, I'm not no fucking rat neither, yo. And I wouldn't expect somebody to be doing what the fuck they did, killing people. And when they get caught, you dig what I'm saying? Now they want to tell because they don't want to do a life sentence and they want to get out and they can't handle it. Because the person that you killed don't got the option to come back. So it's no
That's a fact.
justification for a rat, man. You dig what I'm
That's
saying?
a fact.
So I will be offended when you align me with saying that I told to get the fuck up out of here because I earned for me being in this space.
And
They
you
didn't get
should.
this shit to me.
That's a
They
fact.
didn't get this shit to me. I gave my shit back pro se. I ain't know how to read. I'm self-taught. I ain't know how to read or nothing. And I gave my shit down pro se. And it's documented. So I do get offended when niggas try to compare me in that era of being a rat, bro. Because that's not me, bro.
And you gotta stand on business. You gotta stand on business. If anybody felt like you were supposed to if anybody felt like you were supposed to not be the data, like not stand up for whatever you feel that's right or what's wrong, the data, you can get mad. I'm saying you can get emotional. You can wild out the data. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I still gotta do my job and just ask questions. That's point. Maybe they thought you was somebody else. Maybe they thought you was pulling up for
Now
someone else.
I wish you would have. What I'm saying to you is, I wish you would have informed me that somebody said this to you because we didn't have this conversation yesterday. So for you, because you were saying a lot of things, and I was like, and I'm correcting you, but then I'm like thinking we had a whole good conversation yesterday. But why
Yeah,
am I correcting you when you tell about 11 bodies, intel? We never had no conversation like that. Man, like, come on, bro.
yeah.
You don't. It's not. Yo, I understand you doing your job, but your job is not based on deception, bro.
It's not the data. But look
You
at
you're not gonna get. You're never gonna get the truth by tricking a motherfucker into space, bro.
that's
You
a
get the
finna in the
truth
new
by
act.
putting
But
it. You get the truth when you stand on truth. You know what I mean. And you want to get the truth out of somebody that's trying to deceive you and mislead you. You dig what I'm saying? You get it by standing on the truth. Because the person that ain't truthful, he's gonna either get away or he's gonna be exposed, bro.
so boom, Tandata. So this is where we get the intel from Google, Tandata.
Look, you see how he popping that shit up right there? Ain't no
Yeah.
Google shit jump up in there. Baby, beauty. Google my name and see if they got Keonnie Raheem that I killed 15 people and I informed on anybody. Google that for me, please.
Nah,
Cause I
nah, nah,
know it
nah.
ain't
They
on
don't
no
got.
Google.
But that's
I
just
know it ain't on
just
no
the
Google, bro.
in.
I
Yeah,
know it
that's a
ain't on
fact.
no Google. I know it
That's
ain't
a
on no
fact. But look
Google.
at this is what comes up right here, Tandata. You heard? Multiple homicides in Baltimore sentenced to 2 life served, Tandata, after serving 31 years.
Yeah, that's it. They got my paperwork. You
Hold on,
can
hold on,
look the
hold on,
whole
hold on.
shit up.
You gotta go. You got to get a thing.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah, so that's what they got. They got multiple bodies, the data, you know what I'm saying? And maybe people got it wrong, the data. You from the Alpo era. Get about like you see that's people just come up, so we try to elaborate. When shit
Let me get
like
the
that comes
address.
up, I'm just like, yo, hold on, the data. Maybe I got the wrong person. Let me elaborate a little bit. Let him get his elaboration out, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
And look, you said a key point right there. And I know you do your journeys and you do your homework because you say I did grow up in the Alpo era, right? And I can freely
You
say
grew
this
up a
to you,
little
right?
bit after him.
Yeah,
Not
he's
like,
older than
yeah,
us.
he
He
older than
older than
us.
us. He got
He
locked up
ain't
in 91 in Prince Georgia County. You understand what I'm saying? In Maryland. But he was in DC. So what I'm conveying to you is I did grow up in the Alpo era because this mob style, AZ, and these are street legends that we used to hear about when we was in the Bronx, coming from the Bronx into Manhattan when we used to go to Rutgers Park. So I looked up to the nigga Alpo. The way he moved, the way he was, you know what I mean, being aggressive and shit like that. I grabbed some of my style from that nigga, to be honest with you. But I didn't learn that nigga ratted until I got locked up in the state of Maryland when I was in there with Wayne Perry's nephew. That's when I
Fact.
found out this man was a rat. I didn't
Look
know.
it.
The whole New York ain't know at that time.
Keonnie, I'm gonna tell you this too, Dada. So, cause I don't want you to feel like I'm not on your side, Dada. On my segment, it don't say nothing about no intel, nothing about you telling them. So I just put New York, cause people's gonna come and they're gonna say their own story, so you can have your own story, Dada. I can't create your story for you. You only could tell your own story, Dada. But if there's questions, people they want answers to it, Dada. There's nothing right here that says it says Keonnie and Fat Joe was at the Foster Project, Dada. Y'all came up together. It says Keonnie, Dada, details, Dada, on his story, Dada, on 2 bodies, Dada. Now I put 2 because it was a couple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you
but a
got locked up
couple,
for 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
a couple that I wasn't convicted for. So a couple that I wasn't convicted for, and the 2 that I am
And you
convicted
did
for, you're
31
gonna hear
years. You did the
exactly.
31 years?
So you're gonna hear what I'm
Yeah.
convicted for. You ain't gonna hear about nothing else after that.
And and it says that you going to your transformation, Dada, you know what I'm saying? Of transforming, Dada, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see what I wrote. Let me see what I wrote.
Now, no, you started
Yeah,
off with it.
yeah.
I
I had
understand
all right,
everything you're
Dada.
saying.
I ain't do you dirty,
Yeah, no,
Dada.
I'm not
I
talking
ain't do
about
you
you. I'm
dirty.
talking about.
Honestly, yeah. Nah. Go
I'm
ahead.
caught up on that. I'm caught up on what you're saying.
hold on. If you don't got no, listen, man, this how this works, man. If you don't got no paperwork, you can't say it. I'm
Yeah,
Exactly.
just,
exactly.
I'm letting you
That's
know.
it.
Like,
That's it.
if ain't no paperwork, you can't say it. I'm
That's
gonna tell you how
it.
it works. And he done heard me say this 1,000 times on these
Exactly. You
platforms.
can't do it. You can't
Listen,
even. Yo, it's
when
not
you get
cool.
off the bus, and you go in a motherfucker's cell, his paperwork is on the bed or on the table.
That's right.
You read it. When he come back from wherever he at, or even if he in the cell, he gonna let you know, listen,
You gotta
I'm gonna say
leave.
this one time. If you're a good man, you can stay here. If you ain't, leave now so we don't have a problem.
There you go.
I ain't
Just
going
like that.
through no whole bunch of shit with you. We ain't gonna do none of that. Here's my work. I need you to read it. But if you touch that work and you read it, when the next bus come and your bag come, I need this. That work need to be your work need to be here. I don't give a fuck if I'm at work, gym, I'm at rec, child, whatever. When I come back in this cell, when the next bus come, your paperwork need to be on the bed or on this
Yeah,
table right here.
that's right.
Facts.
If you can't do that, you need to find you somewhere else to go.
That's it.
But where I've been at, 9 times out of 10, dude ain't no rat coming to the penitentiary and just
In the
walking on the
Fed.
compound.
In the
Yeah, that's
Fed.
right.
In
That's
the
right. You're
Fed.
not doing that.
It's not
So
happening.
so that's what I'm saying. You like I don't like to do what people saying. I don't.
Yeah.
You know that, Dundar. You know that about me. I don't
Yeah,
care
no,
what
no,
nobody's
facts.
saying.
Yeah.
I came up here because I thought, homie had some paperwork that that he wanted to read off or whatever the case may be. I know the
Nah, he's
ins and
solid.
outs
He did
about
what
this
you
type
did
of
time.
shit.
You did your time in General Pop, right, in Maryland.
So
All you gotta do,
yeah, he did. He did
all
31 years. You think he did
yeah,
it in
all
the
you
box?
gotta do, yeah, all you gotta do is get
Damn.
my shit, bro. That's it. You could hit my motherfucking DOC number, man. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all you all of that. See, I'm out the era like this, bro. I understand this internet, you tell your story, but I'm not telling nothing. I'm only conveying, bro. I'm
yeah,
not telling nobody nothing. I'm only conveying my perspective of how I seen my journey, bro. I'm not
yeah,
telling nobody nothing. You
yeah.
dig? So when I'm
Fact.
talking, I'm only conveying this to you. Because some people can judge and say, yo, all right, well, I would have did it this way. Oh shit, he's stupid for doing it that way.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm not telling nobody nothing. I'm only conveying this to you. I'm only taking this time out to share to other people, you know what I mean, how to, you know what I mean, be consciously aware of what you investing in. And when you invest in the
facts.
wrong thing, don't motherfucking feel like you gotta act like the other people that didn't act in the way that you invested in them in, and they ain't responding your way to make you justified to do some suckery fuckery shit. That's all
Yeah,
I'm.
facts,
That's all I
facts.
was up here to say. I ain't up
The,
here to be like that
yo,
other shit. I don't know about that.
the Hell Road story ain't got nothing to do with Keonnie. Keonnie comes from Forest Project, the data. We like Keonnie comes from Forest Project. We already knew that the data. We already know his story, the data. He did his time in Baltimore, the data. We already knew this from yesterday, the data. You know what I'm saying? He already let us know this shit from yesterday, so it's not the same. It's not that story, GG. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. So, boom, you doing your time in Maryland, da da. We're in Maryland, da da. Boom, you're in high school. Can we get back to the story though? You're in high
Okay,
school.
yeah. I was in high
Boom,
school.
you
I
start
went to
going to
three different high schools.
yeah.
I went to three different high schools. I went to Jane Addams first. I got kicked out of Jane Addams for assault. Then I went to probation school and went back to Jane Addams. They kicked me out again. Then I went to Morris High School. And then at the Morris, I went to Clinton. And that's when I started selling drugs in Clinton over there by Mashula Parkway. That's the first time I started really actually selling drugs and all that shit in Mashula Parkway up
And
there
how
by
did that?
Clinton.
How was that? The dollar like from a trap, like a trap house, like a trappy, or just on a block,
Nah,
just
nah.
posted.
Like when you go to Clinton High School, you get off the 4 train. And once you get off the 4 train, you walk down. They got a park right there before you walk down to the school. They used to have areas right there. It was like where white people be at. So Mashula Parkway is almost like like upstate. So you can sell what you sell in my hood, $3 dimes or whatever the case. You sell that for $10 up there. You feel me?
You were selling bud. You started with selling bud. Or you,
Nah, it was
what
crack.
was it?
No, it was coke. It was
Crack.
coke. Powder
Oh,
coke. Powder coke. Yeah,
so
powder
you
coke.
seen the transfer. So you seen the transformation from selling coke to going to Ready Rock. You seen that transformation,
Yeah, I
or you
seen the
was already grown
transformation
when
crack.
crack was already out, busting.
Yeah, I grew up in the era when crack came. Crack hit. the urban community at like late 84, 85, 86.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I'm in high school. We talking about 88, 89. You feel me?
Yeah, facts. I bet. So you start selling right there on that thing. So what made you push to go to Baltimore? Who brought you to Baltimore? Why was you set like what made you settle down in Baltimore right there now?
That go back to the three
And the
people I was
Raheem
telling.
dude, yeah, the Raheem dude
Yeah,
from the first
that go
from the
back.
first
That go back to what I was saying about the three people in my building when you was talking about influence of the game, right?
yeah,
I told you the first two got locked up and did 25 to life, right?
facts.
The third dude that I met was a slick dude, but he used to go out there in Boston. You feel me? And he used to go out in Boston, and he the one that took me out of town to Baltimore. And that was my
Yeah,
introduction to Baltimore. You feel me?
facts.
That's when Biggie be like, his man
And
got murdered. Biggie said his man got murdered in a town you never heard of.
yeah,
When you hear Biggie rap that, he talking about his
yeah.
man Two Tech. Two Tech
So
got killed
so
in Baltimore.
so when you go to Baltimore, the dude that lived on top of Fat Joe, the Raheem dude, he goes to Baltimore with you.
Not the first, my first trip, he don't come with me. I went out there myself. And then I
Yeah,
was so excited and getting money. And you know, of course, we best friends. We, like you say, going in the stores, like you were saying, you bonded with niggas. We break bread, we eat it. You know what I mean? Go to the Chinese restaurant, get the 4 chicken wings, and everybody split the 4 chicken wings. One nigga get the leg, the other nigga get the back part. You know what I mean? 10 niggas
yeah,
get, you know what I mean, off
That's
of
when
one.
shit costed $2.
Yeah, so you
And
know
you
what
ain't
I'm talking
forgot
about.
rice and gravy and
Yeah.
chicken wings.
So when I'm going
facts.
out of town and I'm touching this money, of course I want to incorporate my brother. I consider him my brother. You know what I mean? And we went out of town, and he wound up getting killed, and he wound up getting killed because we had Baltimore kids that was the same age as us working with us.
Yeah,
So it was like a conflict of interest because the dudes that was matching us off was older than us, right? At first they was hitting the kids. But now the kids from the neighborhood, they ain't had no problem taking the work for the New York niggas. But now the New York niggas is putting us on there with the niggas that they giving the work to. You feel me?
yeah. And the
So
kids, you
that's,
saying?
I mean, I was a kid at that time, so we all the
Yeah,
same
yeah, yeah,
age. So I'm
yeah.
saying
Facts,
we
facts.
kids. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's when the friction came amongst us, the
You
Baltimore
have
dudes in the New York.
what? Did you have houses there? Like y'all had
Yeah,
stable
man,
houses?
we ain't living no. We lived in the county and we hustled in the city.
So
You
you
get
try to
it?
take over a block, or you had a block, and Baltimore people wasn't feeling it, so
The
they about to
people,
cause tension.
yeah, the people. When I came down there, they already had a machine going, bro. The machine that
Yeah,
they had was already, the employees were young Baltimore employees.
facts.
All right. Now, you got young Baltimore employees. Baltimore dudes don't got no problem taking no drugs from a New York dude.
Yeah,
You get it?
yeah,
Because they on the block selling it. The New York dude is not on the block with them. You get it?
yeah,
Friction comes when the same dude that's giving you a package, now that they've got a feel of the neighborhood, now they putting their workers along with you getting the package from them on the same block as them.
facts.
It's an infiltration thing going on now. You understand what I'm saying?
So you, yeah, yeah. So you just hopping on. So y'all just hopping on the on blocks that don't actually, and there's already other people down the street and shit like that. You're
Yeah,
saying,
I'm saying that the people that brought me down here already had the blocks, and the dudes,
yeah,
the reason why they had the blocks, it was because of the locals.
yeah,
But then when they start giving the locals packages, now the locals is in competition with us. So they
yeah,
getting double money. You
yeah,
understand now?
yeah. We understand the data. So freaks should start popping off the data, whatever the case may be, right there, the data, and you just have a situation that you happen to what's that shit called, the data, the murders occurred because of the gang war or the money war, whatever the case may be, in Baltimore.
All right, for my situation, for me, what happened with me is, like I said, my brother come out here, you know what I mean? We got in the friction
And yeah,
with,
what age is this?
we
What age is
16. I'm
still?
15, he's 16.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yo, back then, the way we moved through life, the God will tell you, the way we moved through life, the transition of life, you'll think we did 5 years. And all that be done in motherfucking 1 year, 2 years. Think about the nigga Chicky. Think about the nigga Boy George. If you look at the history of them niggas, nigga Boy George only had a 2 year run.
Yeah.
So it took though.
So you saying you ain't have a long run?
Nah, I didn't have a long run in the element of getting money. I had a long run.
Yeah.
I had a 5 year run far as at the age of 13 all the way to the age of 18. That was my
Yeah.
run.
Facts. I bet the dollar. So boom, the dollar. So you was gonna tell us about how you got caught up. That's what you was about to
Oh,
say.
now I was telling you about how Raheem got killed. That's what you wanted to
Oh
know.
Yep. All right, got killed.
So, so we all used to share the same stash house. The Baltimore kids and us all shared the same stash house. So one day, me and Rod, you know, we dirty niggas coming up. This is our greatest opportunity, right? We used to
Yeah.
get G packs. So back then, you get G packs, they used to pay you 70/30. We get 300, and the dude get his 700, right?
Yeah.
Now we had options. You had an option that you could pay a work on the block to hustle for you. You give him $1 a pill. If he's a good worker, you might give him $1.50. Now you go on $1.50. That take what that leave you with $1.50.
50.
You
Definitely.
feel me? So I gotta motherfucking govern this dude and make sure I get my little crumb. But the more G packs I get, the more I stack up on my profit. You feel me?
Facts.
So make a long story short, you know what I mean? We knocked them niggas out with they money with the 70/30 when they give us a G. We knocked their money out and we got a nice amount of G packs and all of it is our money. But it's in this stash house that we sharing with these Baltimore kids. And they young like us. So you know it, I mean, when we kids and we misfits, we always say fuck them motherfuckers, right? We
Yeah.
easy to say fucking nigga. You feel
Yeah.
me? If he ain't amongst our clan, it's easy to say fuck him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't hard for the Baltimore kids to say fuck us. So when we come back, we all excited. Oh man, we about to come back. We gonna go back to New York. We gonna have money. We gonna all this right here. We gonna boom boom boom, and the shit was gone. Yep, the bitch ass niggas took all our shit.
So Raheem. So what happened when Raheem?
So me and Raheem, we together. Now mind you, how we used to come up in New York, we was fearless. We didn't fear guns and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We run down on niggas that got guns and we don't got guns. So we out of town and by us being young, we naive. We was naive. So that same attitude energy that we brung in New York, due to them niggas working with the niggas that brung us out here,
Yeah.
we didn't come as hard as we would have came if they was a foe.
I hear you.
So I call the dude. I'm like, yo, them niggas took our shit. Oh yeah, all right, I'll be there in a minute. So after he ain't coming to me, I'm like, fuck that shit. See the nigga, and we put hands on the nigga. Beat the nigga up. Fuck him up real bad. You feel me?
The niggas that stole your pack, you ran up on them. You see the same niggas that stole your pack that died, so you fucked them up. The
Yeah,
same
we
niggas.
put the same niggas. We
All
put
right,
hands on
bet.
them because it wasn't a rocket scientist to knowing who the fuck took our package. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait a minute though. Wait a minute though, Dada. But did you have actual proof that they took your package? I know it was they don't take a rocket scientist, Dada, but anything, you know what I'm saying?
nah, them niggas owe the niggas that brung us out. They owed them some money. They was short on money, and when we came back, them niggas went on the trip to Virginia because back then the Baltimore niggas would go to the mall of Virginia and they be buying them big ass herringbones and they be buying them guest outfits and all that shit. This nigga
Yeah,
didn't have enough money to purchase all this shit that he had on. He was too fly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that was our evidence right there that we was violated.
They said Forrest raised some bad motherfuckers.
Yeah, so We put hands on him, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Which it didn't sit well with him, right?
Yes.
And he wound up coming back and getting his revenge. Like I say, we was naive. We thinking we got the guns. We don't need no guns, even though we got guns. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
And the nigga just started blanging, and I was like, oh shit. And Rod tried to get him while he was chasing me to shoot me. He tried to get him from the side, and the nigga turned around and shot Rod.
Um.
Yeah,
So he was standing on
traumatizing.
business. He was standing on business. He tried to grab the nigga with the
Hmm.
strap. He ran towards him. That was.
Yeah.
You think if he would have just ran, y'all both would have been good? Or he
Nah,
needed
because
you needed
no, I
him
would have
kind
got
of
I would have got shot.
yeah.
I would have got shot.
So he
If he
saved
wouldn't
you.
have, yeah, if he wouldn't have broke the nigga rhythm and shooting at me, if he wouldn't have broke the rhythm, I would have got shot. You understand?
Yeah. Facts.
That's like how Christians, right, or anybody that acknowledge Jesus, right? Jesus is a great entity, you know what I mean, to us because they say that he sacrificed himself for our sins, right?
Yes.
So this is for humanity, right? Yo,
So
you can imagine the magnitude if you have a mere mortal sacrificing their life for you, how that will affect you.
how did that make you feel? Cause you actually brung him. You were actually the one that he's the dude from on top of the building, a Fat Joe, the
Yeah,
dada.
yeah.
He fucking you brung him to Maryland, the dada. You know what I'm saying? And he sitting, he had your back. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
yep.
So how does
And
that
if
how was you feeling
it,
that during that time?
that turned me into, what I mean, wound up getting 31 years, 2 life sentences.
Oh, so that's what started. That's what actually made you black, like dark hearted a little bit. That was the crack in the thing right there,
Yeah,
because you
yeah, that was
lost
the
that. You
crack.
lost Raheem.
Yeah, yeah, that was the crack. And then that's when, around this time, I was already, me and Pistol Pete was already associates. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
after I lost Raheem, I wanted to go back out there, and the people that I have with me around me, I want to have that same energy that I had. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how me and Pistol Pete got cool, and me and BMO became brothers based on that. This is before Sex, Money, Murder, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So Pistol Pete, that the Pistol Pete from Sex Money Murder, he's doing life in jail, right?
Yes.
He was in Baltimore with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
He
right.
did a brief
So,
he did a brief stint in Baltimore. I got a picture with me and him when we was kids.
so what happened with Raheem? Raheem has a he goes back home to New York to do
No,
a funeral.
he got killed.
I know, but he goes home to do his funerals at home in New York.
Yeah,
Y'all take,
hell yeah. Yeah, we paid for it. We do all that. You know what I'm saying? We was getting money back then, so that shit wasn't nothing. You know what I mean?
so that beef right there, that is what ended you right there. You got get back for Raheem. Well, allegedly, and then you got hit with what, 6 bodies? You said, or
No,
two,
I said 5.
5,
I
and
was I
then
was I was indicted for 5 different homicides, and then they dropped 3 of them, and I was convicted for 2 of them.
did the dude that ever got Raheem, was that one of the people or not? It was just
Mm-mm.
like it was just you didn't know who that was really.
He got
You
locked
didn't
up.
know.
He got locked up. Nah, I had to know who he was. I just told
All
you
right.
all us was, what I mean, interacting with each other. So it
Yeah.
was a civil. See, that beef right there, even though it was a Baltimore, New York joint, it was kind of, our joint was different because it was a civil matter.
Facts.
See, niggas that be beefing with the New York and Baltimore beef, it be some niggas trying to take over the block. You
Yeah.
feel me? So niggas ain't letting these niggas take over the block. That's where that tug of war come in. Our tug of war came in. We already had the block. Cause remember, we had the kids working on the block. You feel me? So
Yeah.
for them to turn around and steal, they really was stealing from themselves because we all was one unit.
It
Cause
was
the
one.
money was
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
all to the same people. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. But they was more like, oh yeah, this is like we grew up here, our parents live
Yeah,
here, this,
yeah,
that, we can
yeah,
take from these
yeah,
niggas, da da da. Like
yeah,
you was more like, yo, we
yeah,
structured, yo, our people's chill, da da da. We trying to
yeah,
you
yeah.
being
We
righteous,
ain't,
so you trying to be cruddy, da da da. Calm
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we going against sticker boys, and the sticker boys is from their neighborhood. You dig what I'm saying? And we shooting out with them niggas. So where is it coming when we wind up? But see, that go back to Baltimore nature. See what I told you earlier.
And
The
what
way,
part of Baltimore this is? This is the West, right?
yeah, I was over there by Hollis and Pulaski. Hollis
All
and
right.
Pulaski, Boyd, Carrington Road, Wheeler.
You
Then we
used
was
to
over in the east
you used to
side.
get
We
the
was
half
over
and
there.
half. The half and
Oh
half.
yeah.
You know about the
You
half
talking
and
about Crazy
halves?
Johns. Yeah, Crazy Johns and all that.
You know about the flea market full of food downtown and shit like that? That
Yeah.
thing I see, like, yeah,
Lexington Market. You talking about
yeah,
Lexington Market.
that's at the market, yeah.
Yeah. You know?
Man, that shit real, the data. So bet, so boom, so your boy passes away, the data, and now the data, you get caught up. So you get caught up, the data. What happens during trial and stuff like that? You get caught for 5. You get caught. You spin. You get back. So when you got, I bet. So when you got get back, the data, it was just 5 random people. It was a war. So it was just war. It was just 5
Nah, it
random
wasn't
people.
like
It wasn't
nah,
really
nah,
for.
not no. Not
Now,
5
not
random people.
random, but I'm talking about of the oppositions.
It was because you know what they
It
say.
wasn't exactly the people like it wasn't exactly the people who had something to do with Raheem. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't really for that. It was just because it was dead people, and maybe y'all still was worried over money and thing. It wasn't really for the Raheem situation, but the Raheem situation cracked you, made you think different.
Exactly. But
Yeah,
what I'm saying, it go back to the TV show. If y'all familiar with The Wire,
yeah,
the way they tell a narrative, right? Is the
yeah.
narrative and the perspective from Baltimore dudes' perspective of how they seen the New York dudes, right?
Yeah,
So you don't have
scary.
too many, yeah, you don't have too many New York people, you know what I mean, giving a dialogue of their version of, you know what I mean, the New York and Baltimore situation neither. You get
Yeah,
what I'm trying to convey to you?
facts.
So when we look at the wire, everybody be like, oh, this, that, but they don't know the dynamics of the New York nigga side of that wire situation. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna give you an example, a real example. Like the dude Marlo from the wire that they talk about, right?
Like like they would never give what was the perspective of a New York state of mind, because at the end of the day the New York niggas is in their city, so they never got, oh yeah, New York niggas coming from New York saying, yo, it's popular, let's go out here, make money, let's take over this city. They're never gonna have that over there. They just got New York niggas being there, and they take them off the block. Oh, you from New York, we gonna get you off the block. But New York is
Exact,
actually on their block. Baltimore ain't
ex-
on a New York person block. Baltimore ain't New York on New York taking over a block. New York's in Baltimore trying to take over a block. But at the end of the day, they hitting back. Yeah, they hitting. Baltimore niggas.
exactly. But this is their narrative. So what I'm trying
Yeah,
to convey to you is like in the wire they talk about the dude Marlo, right?
yeah.
The dude that's based on a
Marlo,
real that he's based on a
Avon
real
Barksdale
character.
and Marlo. Yeah, they both
Yeah,
two real
he
people.
he's based on. I was locked up with Marlo Bates, the real Marlo, the one that's
All right.
home now. So you know what I mean. I was locked up with him.
Yeah,
So by me being locked up with these dudes, I was locked up with the Avons. I was locked up with the people that the Wire was taking glimpses of real life cases and putting it in the narrative of their show. You follow what I'm trying to
facts,
convey to you? So
facts. Yes.
so now these dudes that I just mentioned, right, are
Yeah,
dudes that became my mentor in the system.
facts.
But you got to look at it though. I'm a New York dude though.
Yeah,
The bodies and the wars that was going on is New York, Baltimore. They got mad bodies. They don't really have a real relation. They don't fuck with New York niggas like that. You understand what I'm trying to
yeah,
convey to you?
yeah.
So for them to take me in under their wing, you dig what I'm saying? It raised me through these 31 years and guide me through the system. It lets you know that the boundary was broke.
Now,
Nobody's really telling
Keonnie,
that
we gonna
story.
get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get to all that. So boom. So boom. So right now the war starts. Boom. You get hit with the 5 bodies or whatever the case may be. You do 2. How do you get to 31? What is it? You go to trial. They give you 31 years. What
No,
was
no,
you
no,
going
no,
through
no,
that?
no, no. It don't work like that in Maryland. What
All
happened
right. So
was
how it work?
I went on a run, right? I was on a
Yeah.
run. and I got locked up
So
in
they
New York.
so you knew that you was how was that day that you found out that the cops wanted you for bodies? How did you find out? They called you? Someone
Now
called
they
you and
had me
said,
on
yo,
Maryland's Most Wanted. I was on Maryland Most Wanted.
yeah?
Yeah,
When you seen the poster
yeah,
and you was like, oh shit, I'm on it. How does that feel? When you like, oh shit, I'm on a poster. So when you go back to New York, where you
yeah.
dip
I
to?
went. Yeah, I dipped
I
back to New
bet.
York. Yeah, I went back to New York, and then I was in New York floating around. Then I shot down to North Carolina for a minute. That ain't work out. Then I came back to New York, and I got caught up on a humble joint. They was
Yeah,
looking for me, but due to me being under the alias name, you feel what I'm saying? They didn't know how to narrow me down where I was at.
yeah,
So one day, you know, what I mean, it was some dumb shit, man. This broad, I'm walking in the projects because back then I used to drink a lot of 40s. You know what I mean? I like to drink the
yeah,
old English with the pina colada. We used to call it the formula. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
you know, that shit, just like the Juice movie. You see, I remember how that era, how they was walking through the block and, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
Tretch and
yeah,
all
yeah, with
them.
the 40s. Yeah,
Yeah, you
facts,
keep
facts.
look, you got the 40 under your arm like this. This how you walking through the joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
It was cool being a young alcoholic back then. You feel me? So we drinking. I used to drink 40. So anyway, this girl, I used to go to that school, Jane Addams, and it's around my neighborhood. She just come out the blue like, yo, you tell my girlfriend to suck your dick? I'm like, what? She keeps saying this shit for like 2 blocks. Yo, I got to like the second block, and I said, yo, if this bitch walk around this goddamn corner, I'm gonna hit this bitch in the head with this 40, man. This bitch getting on my nerves. And I turned around and hit the bitch in the head with the 40. Boom! Beat the bitch up. Bitch went to the police station. The feds already looking for me. Once she come down there and put the complaint in, the fucking warrant pops up. And that's how I got grabbed up. The next day they grabbed me up when I was going to see my mom. They
You knew
grabbed
you
me.
was like you knew once you got knocked once you got arrested or that you knew they was gonna fucking back who you are, see who you are, huh?
No, they did it before they locked me up because the girl went down there and put the complaint in. And when she put the
Oh,
complaint in, that's when they was like, oh, this is who we looking for. They narrowed it down. You understand what I'm saying?
damn. Oh
Yeah.
damn, Nada. I bet.
I took a misdemeanor and made it into a felony, yo.
So your ass went to a big felony. So boom, what they transfer you? They put you back to Maryland so you can
Yeah, I
face
was
your
on the
charges.
island. Yeah, I was on the island. You know what I mean? Had me on the island to Baltimore came to extradite me back to Maryland for my
Yeah,
homicides.
facts.
Yeah.
I bet the data. So boom. So now you get charged what? 31 years? They give you
Now,
31? What was you
now,
facing?
now, each sentence when you go in Maryland, it, mind you, I had separate incidents. These homicides were separate incidents, homicides. They wasn't homicides that happened at one day at the same time. So
Yeah,
you can't be tried for a homicide if you committed this homicide today, and then a motherfucker might catch a homicide a month later. You dig what I'm saying? You get locked up. You ain't going to trial like that in the state of Maryland. They're gonna break it up because they two different homicides and two different witnesses and two different lines of investigation. You understand what I'm trying to convey to you?
yeah.
All right. So my situation is each homicide, when it's first degree murder in the state of Maryland, each homicide when you blow trial are life sentences.
Why did they have you? First of all, what kind of evidence they had on you for you to have like that many homicides? Like, why was you like the
That
cops
they
are
had a
used to?
person that told. They had a
Oh,
woman that
all right,
told.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
bet.
they had a woman that used to work for us. She told, you know what I mean? She got locked up on a drug case and she did the talking about the homicides. And that's how
I
it
bet.
happened.
So each homicide you went to court and you beat most of them.
No, what I did, what I'm saying, when they extradited me back down here, you know, you go for your arraignment,
Yeah,
right? And then when they go
yeah,
for the arraignment, they weighed it out. They was like, boom, you have a suppression hearing. You know what I mean? The suppression hearing dismissed the last three. You feel me? Then they left me to remain me with the two. So I had a court date, I had a trial date for my first homicide, which I blew trial. You dig what I'm saying? I had that homicide June 23rd to June 25th, 1993. You know what I mean?
fact.
I got found guilty the 25th of that joint, June. I got sentenced September 23rd, 1993 to a life sentence. 70 days after that, when I'm in the system of Maryland, I'm in the penitentiary, I blow trial again for another homicide. You know what I mean? This particular
Yeah.
homicide happened February. The last homicide happened in August. You get it?
Yeah.
So I got found guilty of that homicide. I got found guilty in November, and then I got sentenced in January 10th, 1994. I got sentenced to another life sentence for another murder. So September 23rd, 1993, I was
Yeah.
sentenced under Omar Johnson to a life sentence. And at January 10th, 1994, I was sentenced under Omar Johnson to another life sentence. It's
Yeah.
documented.
So, and what happened to the other three? They just dropped them.
Yeah, I tell you, they dismissed them.
I bet. So boom. So while you doing that, what? Like, how do you get to the 31 years? That happens later on down the line while you fight. Like,
No, when I got sentenced, I had a consecutive life sentence, two
yeah,
different homicides, consecutive. So
yeah.
if I gave back one life sentence, I still got to do time for this life sentence.
So in
You
Baltimore,
understand?
life sentence 25 years.
No. Baltimore, life mean life. The parole people don't have authority to parole a lifer. The only one that can let a lifer go in New York is the governor. The governor wasn't signing no lifers off at that time.
Yeah. So
They
you got
just
out.
changed the law. They just changed the law now where they're paroling lifers. After 32 years, they are